No matter how well you work a piping bag, now you can get perfectly designed and frosted sugar cookies. Georgianne Bell is tipping us off to a brand new baking tool, and you say this is basically a decorating training wheels.
Absolutely.
For you, yeah? What is it?
Yeah, so it comes with a cookie cutter, and then every cutter comes with a stamp. So when you stamp it, it leaves wells inside the cookie that you fill with icing.
Okay, so it's
no mess.
It is like your outline.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Like your color in the lines.
Yeah, because the wells are sunken in, the icing's not going to fall over the edge.
So this is interesting because I was at the headquarters of Good Housekeeping magazine about a year ago now, and they were testing these cookie stamps. They had like hundreds of them spread out over the Good Housekeeping counters in their test kitchens, and they said this is going to be the big thing. And they were forecasting, as magazines do,
it's the wave of the future.
About a year out, and now we're here, and now it's the big thing.
Absolutely.
So where do we get this?
Oh, so these Sweet Sugar Bell stamps are available at Michael's. I think maybe Joann's too, but for sure Michael's. They have Halloween ones and they have general ones that have like Christmas, summer, like a giant set of them. So you can get them for all seasons.
For everybody like me who wants to be a detailed decorator when it comes to cookies like you are, we sit here and try to mimic what you do. You have the perfect steady hand, you have the practice and the artistic eye. This allows you to do that.
Yes, it doesn't require any of that. Even my 7-year-old can make cookies that look like these.
See, if your 7-year-old could do it, I should be able to do it. Emphasis on should. Show us how. Show us how.
Okay, so these cutters come with dough dye, but you can use any kind of food coloring. You put it in while you're making the cookie dough before you add the flour.
Okay.
Then you roll it out like you normally would. Cut the cookie and then choose which one of the stamps you want on. The handles come off so you can switch it out.
Oh, that's
then
clever.
once you've cut it, we're gonna stamp it.
So before you lift out the shape, you're stamping? Okay.
Because it's gonna push the cookie dough out a little bit, so you just stamp it and then take it out. It has these holes in it, so it's not gonna stick to the cookie dough. Like those old-fashioned cutters that had the imprints, the dough would get stuck up inside.
Right.
That's not gonna happen with these. And then you're just gonna lift it out and put it on your baking sheet.
And we have the perfect Frankenstein head.
Absolutely. And if you have a sugar cookie recipe that doesn't spread, it's perfect for these.
Okay. All right.
And the cutters come with a recipe too. So if you don't have one you love already, the recipe's there.
That's a fun green color too, I have to say. Yeah, the vibrancy is totally my friend.
It comes with the cutters.
I love that.
So once it's baked, then you're just gonna take your icing. And this is royal icing, but you could also use melted buttercream.
Okay.
Like from the can at the store.
Really?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely. Because you just want it to be a thin consistency.
Because we all know buttercream tastes a little bit better.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's easy, it's there, you don't have to make it. And you see, that wasn't perfect, and it's just gonna settle out to where we want it to be.
Oh my goodness, it's a stencil. It's a stencil for your sugar cookies.
It really is like decorate by number.
As we just sit and watch. This is so
And
fun.
it doesn't have to be perfect because as it settles out, it is gonna settle out into these grooves. And it's super easy to know where to go.
So there's less frosting in general. I guess that's the only downside.
Yeah. Right? Or an upside, it depends if you love your cookie recipe.
So more cookie, yeah, more of the cookie face is showing. Now you mentioned lots of Halloween designs, but are they coming out with other holidays?
So you want to try? So they have it. So there's Halloween sets, but there's also a general set that there's a Christmas tree, suns, there's flowers, there's like a little name card like hello, my name is. Like a ton of fun like cookies and shapes that you could really just use all year round.
I always hate to take over after we've emphasized something is so easy, and no, mine is not as perfect.
But here's the thing,
Georgianne's.
Once this settles out, it's going to settle out exactly the same. Yeah, look.
You promise? I don't know, his eye looks a little crazy, but he is Frankenstein, so I guess that's not a big deal.
And let's just say Halloween cookies are the perfect way to start decorating cookies because even if something goes wrong and it looks gross, hey, it's Halloween.
Oh my gosh, see how she has my back?
Everything should look gross.
Do you see how she has my back? That's why we love her. This is fun though, where it provides just the right shape and the indent, you just run that right along that
That's
indent.
the other thing. These are great for cookie decorating parties. If you want to have a Halloween party and let some kids decorate or your friends decorate, these are the perfect way to do it because there's very little prep work for you and then everyone has a great time and they can take something home that they're proud of. That looks like Frankenstein.
It looks fine. It's not as perfect as yours,
adequate. No, it's fantastic.
It'll do the job. You can even go over the top, you say, and layer the colors if you want to call that over the top.
Yes, or you can change the colors. So this one, you could do all of these designs just with black and white icing, but you can change it up and use a different color. We're gonna use purple here for the hair. I'm just gonna do this real quick.
Oh, this is the bride of Frankenstein.
Yes.
Here she comes.
See, and these are all the same set. So it's the exact same cutter, and then you just switch out the stamp
Look
for
how
a new.
fast and fluid. How many sugar cookies have you frosted in your lifetime? Let's just guess.
Oh, at least 12.
At least 12. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 13. Maybe 13.
I mean, if we're going crazy, 15. But so you could leave it like this and have it still be fun with a bright color. But
Yes.
whenever you can add sanding sugar or sprinkles, I do it. We're just gonna toss this on top here.
Oh, this is getting fun.
And since everything else is already dry, it's only gonna stick to this wet icing here.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna lift it up, shake it off.
What is happening?
And it's all
Oh my
sparkly.
gosh, stop. Who doesn't want sparkly purple hair? I know I do. That is so cute. And I love how you've left that little cutout there.
Yeah, and that's the way it's designed for. And you can come back in on top and add like a white streak to her hair. I think that's what she normally has.
That's hip and trendy, right?
Yeah,
Have a little
white
color,
streak.
little color streak. Talk us through some of the other shapes, the other designs that you've done, and maybe how you've layered them too, because you threw your artistic eye on some of these guys.
So this is the monster one, which the purple color didn't come with the set, but again, you can use any food coloring. So I did the white first, and then I came back, and the trick with eyeballs to make them super interesting is 2 layers of color. So just a drop of green, light green, and then black and white all on top of each other.
So you just let each layer dry in between?
I didn't. I just did them all at once. So
nice.
So the top of the eyeball is flat, even though it's above the white.
And
if
was
that makes
this
sense.
one of the cutouts?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. With the little nerdy eyeglasses thing all by itself.
So cute.
So many cute designs. These aren't like the cutters from the 70s where you're like, well, it might be an amoeba or it might be a horse. Like, I can't really, these are adorable cutters that have just fun shapes to go with them.
Look at the leaf, I love it.
And you could do any color you want to with that icing as well.
There are no amoebas to be seen. Only cute Halloween
But
creatures.
if you wanted amoebas, that's totally
I
fine
mean,
too.
fine.
I won't judge.
Answer me this, how did you get the little layer of white? Because it's very, very light.
So I use a thinner icing on top of a thicker icing. So the black icing is thicker, and then when you do the thin icing on top, it the color comes up through it.
Why does that look so much like an eyeball? I mean, it does. I don't know why, but you just hit it out of the park. If you want more
Thank you.
inspiration, you can always get one of our favorite books, The Cookie Companion, available all over, right?
Yep, anywhere books are sold.
And look for these at Michael's, the stamp sets at Michael's,
Yep.
possibly Joann's.
Yep, absolutely.
Such a fun tool that will make, I think, a lot of fun memories in the kitchen. Thank you for sharing. We appreciate it.